The way the cryptos work, they are largely unregulated market. The question is, how much of governance should we see in this particular space? Because this is supposed to be a peer-to-peer transaction with no third party getting involved over here. But that also brings an element of risk, fraud, greed, everything with that. Over the last number of years, especially this particular year, since the war began between Ukraine and Russia, we have seen so much uncertainty breeding into the market. If an investor or a trader is worried that they've lost money because it is sitting with an exchange and now all of a sudden restrictions being imposed on withdrawals, whenever there is a big crisis like the one that we saw during 2013, the European debt crisis, many of the European governments actually restricted access to your own money, which sits in your bank. Does that mean have you lost that money? Those restrictions are being imposed because governments and regulators do not want consumers or public to panic. They want to slow down the withdrawal process because no one has actually that money sitting in their banks, because banks lend that money to other businesses and entrepreneurs. Now, in the crypto space, we've got exchanges which are not regulated, and that creates more concern. At least the service providers, they must be regulated. They must come under some sort of a jurisdiction where they cannot walk away with people's money. So the moment that we will have it, we will see less worry among investors and traders. From a fundamental investor's perspective, they're only slowing down the process of withdrawal to stop the panic or the bleed that is really taking place in the market. The stock market and Bitcoin, both of them are moving in a downward direction. So that correlation does exist. There's no denying that, and it shouldn't exist really, because Bitcoin should provide hedge, meaning when stocks are going down, we should see the improvement, just like how gold acts most of the time. But we are in a very different paradigm where inflation is at multi-decade high. We have a war on our hand between Ukraine and Russia. We have supply chain issues. We have unresolved issues still about to hit the market with respect to the supply chain for soft commodities and how that can change into a massive turmoil in the coming quarters or months. So far from the history since it was created, the Bitcoin has been very volatile, and it is a cryptocurrency which rewards those who have appetite for holding high risk.